Hello, this is Arturelia Gaming Room Reviews. I'm Arturo, and today I'll be reviewing Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2 was a game that I finally sat down and played right after the first one. I think it was 2010. And I beat it, but what do I think of it now? While I thought the first game was pretty good, what do I think about the second game? And obviously there was at least two versions. There was this version, the N64 one, and then there was the PS2 version. But what do I think about the N64 version? Well, today I'll be reviewing the second Sarge's Heroes game for the N64. Let's go. Set after the first game, Sarge is still fighting the Tan Army along with his group. Plastro is still in our world, and a woman by the name of Bridget who helps Plastro to grow his army once again, and to get revenge, and soon Sarge will have to face new enemies and problems ahead. Now I can say that there are some good songs in this game, but maybe just a few here and there. Some points it feels like a thriller, cool type music. I don't know how to explain it, but take a listen. The gameplay is the same as the first one, and it's still just as fun, but still just as challenging as the first game. And what's different is like there are scenes that play out, but it's almost like the narrator is reading a book or something like that. Now for gameplay mechanics, the control system is a little different than the first game. Now the gameplay still suffers with some of the issues from the first one, though there's really no difference besides that. You will still get the same weapons from the first game, though in some missions you can use Vicky. This one thing that I noticed while playing the game to refresh my mind is how the analog stick acts. It moves very fast, actually probably faster than before, and when turning Sarge like how you did in the first game, it's quick, but I think it's too quick. But that could be just because I have a new remote, since the last time I played Sarge's Heroes for the first game, my analog stick was kind of broken, so who knows. But in a sense, you still turn Sarge like how you did the first game, which is the same issue. Plus, turning pretty fast is the next. So basically you'll have to get used to this new setup for the controls. I mean, for some people that come back, it is a little unusual because of the first game's mechanics, but you will get used to it after you play it a bit, and get used to the new buttons instead of the first game. And here's another thing I noticed while replaying this game again. While the first game locked on target and you can just fire away, this does lock on target, but it seems a little bit harder than the first game for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah, it has more of a trouble locking on. It seems more like you have to get close enough to shoot in one area. It still does the same thing. But while you fight little soldiers, it's a little harder to lock on. Yeah, you fight small soldiers in this game. You can still use codes to replay the missions. There is a multiplayer, and it's pretty much, I guess, the same as the first game. I haven't played it as much, but I can say is that you use actually just the characters instead of like regular soldiers in the first game. You basically just use all the characters from Sarge's squad to the bad guys, etc. Or I think maybe Sarge's squad, maybe Tan if you decide to use the Tan. I don't remember. It's something like that. But if you have a brother or so, you may want to hop on and play this game. Now for the replay value, obviously there's the multiplayer that I just mentioned and the codes you could put in to replay missions again. And I'm pretty sure, I think you could add fun codes to play as one of the characters. I'm not sure. I haven't really tested that one out. But if you could do it in the first game, I'm pretty sure you could do it in this game. Well, Sarge's Heroes 2 for the N64, it's not bad. So if you're into the Army Man series, and especially Sarge's Heroes, then you'll like this game. I haven't played the PS2 version. I'm not sure how good that one is. I know it's got cutscenes and probably a little more stuff that plays out in the story. However, due to some of the issues that I've mentioned in this review, it'll probably get a 6.5 out of 10. It is okay. I mean, it's still leading up to being pretty good, but however, it seems to suffer with a little bit more problems than the first game. I mean, don't get me wrong. This game it's fun and has some nice features to it, especially the fact that you can play as Vicky and so forth and so forth, and there are some interesting levels, but it still offers some challenge that any gamer would like. So yeah, you'll have fun with this game. My recommendations is obviously if you want another version of this, go play the PS2 version. And then obviously there are other Army Man games, like if you want to go back a little further, there's just the Army Man 3D. And obviously Army Man Sarge's War, I think. That's how it's called. But that basically just ended bad for the entire series. So I don't know if you want to go play that, but that's up to you. Well, this is Arturelia Gaming Room Reviews signing off.